Hello, hello, hello. I'm Andrea Stevens,
And I'm Jeanette Mejias, and we are Webs Women.
where exposure brings strength. Happy Thanksgiving Eve, girl. Happy,
Yes,
happy. We're in episode 70, the seven to the O, seven to the O. Seven to the
yes, we are. Happy Thanksgiving Eve on this fine Wednesday morning. I'm so excited that I don't get to be a hostess this year. So
Yeah, I'm
very
not either.
thankful for my sister-in-law who has been probably leading that huge undertaking for many years now. So
Nice, nice. Yeah,
yes.
my
What are
mother is
you up
hosting.
to? What are
Well,
you up
you
to?
know, I've always had to travel home for all these years for every holiday if I was going to come for a holiday. And I never
Yes.
really came for a holiday. So this year's the first year that I'm actually, 10 minutes away from my mom and I could go wherever I want and do whatever I want. So it's like, whoa, okay.
That's
Um,
really awesome, though.
yeah, I mean, usually, like all these years in the past, for the last decade, I never left my house unless, I came back here for Thanksgiving, but I was never here for Christmas. Never, ever, ever once here for Christmas in the last decade. So
Wow. Wow.
Christmas is
Well,
going to
this
be a
is going
big
to be
thing,
really a
but
special time of year for you.
it is. I'm moving from one house to another in the next week. So I'll be celebrating Christmas, the New Year in a stable place where I'm not going anywhere. Yeah. So I'm excited about
That's
that.
exciting.
I want to put my friggin' tree up like now. So
Well, yeah, I'm glad you said that because I want to talk about that. I find that, there's been a lot of controversy, I think, through the years about Christmas trees. Do you put it up before Thanksgiving or do you do it right after? And I don't think there's any right or wrong. I can tell you, traditionally, for many years, I would always put the tree up after Thanksgiving. But I have to tell you, in the recent years, I put that bad boy up right in October and decorate it as a harvest tree. It has like pumpkins and leaves and everything that's related to harvest. Um, but now that Thanksgiving's upon us, just tomorrow, I am going to start converting some things over to Christmas. And I
mhm,
tell you, it just brings me a lot of joy, makes
mhm.
me happy just seeing like lights and the house decorated in a warm way. And I,
Yeah.
I just think
Yeah.
like a lot of people have so many opinions about that.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of
People
like,
get pissed. People get really
yeah,
pissed off at other people, which it's not in your house. So what do you give a shit? But
right.
whatever makes someone happy. But I've always wanted to do that though. I wanted to put my tree up in October and decorate with Halloween decorations. That I wanted to take those down in November and put up fall. And then I want to
Yeah,
take those down at the end of, after Thanksgiving and put up and just change decorations. And then I even wanted to bring it through to Valentine's Day because normally my tree is up. I always keep it up for Blake's birthday in January. So I
yeah,
keep it up just because I like the lights in this when it's snowing. I mean,
yeah,
it depends on where you live, maybe too, why people get so aggravated. But I like the lights. I like to
yeah,
see all the lights and the prettiness, right? Especially when you're in your house because of the winter, right? You're in the
yeah.
house, you're stuck in there half the time, or you just don't want to go out, right?
I mean, yeah,
So
and I think people
if it
like
makes you
get
happy, who gives a crap?
right. And I think people get in this place of, oh, you're losing Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is like not even recognized. But I disagree. I don't understand why people think having Christmas tree makes you less thankful. It's a season of being grateful, right? And that's like
Right, right,
giving, trees, turkeys, time with others. So it doesn't matter how you celebrate these things. Personally, I'm
right.
super thankful for the beautiful tree that I have in the corner of my
Yeah,
living room right now. I
yeah,
could be thankful for that, right?
absolutely. I can't wait to put my tree up. And you know what? My dad hated it. If I put the tree up on Thanksgiving or even like before,
Oh,
my
he
dad
get
gets pissed.
triggered, right? There's some people that get
Oh,
very triggered by that.
yeah, my
Yeah.
dad would. And I'd be like, what is your deal? You're not even looking at it. You're not even here. I'm like 3,000 miles away. What do you care?
You know,
It's not
I
right. It's not right.
I kind of, I remember like I said before, like traditionally, I just, for the longest time would do it after. Like Black Friday was my decorating day, which takes
Mhm.
the whole weekend because there's just so much to pull out and to decorate. And I remember one time seeing a friend who I guess hosted Thanksgiving, and she posted a beautiful picture of like her table setting, but it was like she had her Christmas tree up, the stockings on the mantle, and I'm like, but then like had the elements of the traditional dinner on Thanksgiving. I'm like, that looks so beautiful.
Yeah.
Like so
Yeah.
beautiful. And I think I was
Yeah.
really inspired by that. And I'm like, wow, I think I'm gonna do that because it does take,
Yeah.
um, a lot of work, and it just looks pretty too, I feel.
Yeah. Well, listen, this year I missed Halloween. I didn't put anything out but one. I have
Halloween's your
one,
jam. So
and
I'm
I have
like,
so much
what?
stuff. I know, but because I'm moving, I was like, I am not taking all this shit out. I mean,
Yeah,
and I don't, it's, I'm going from a place where I have a shared space to now I don't. So
right.
now it'll be different. So I didn't have my Halloween, I didn't have my fall, but I still have my skeletons out from Halloween because there are 3 skeleton heads on top of each other. And it's hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. So if that's the right way to go in the order, but I have that out and I'm thinking to myself, like, I love skeletons. Like, I might just leave this statue out all year round. It's, I'll do what I
Why
want. What do I
not?
care? And somebody's like, is
Why
that still
not?
Halloween? Right. So I'm
Why
going to do
not?
whatever
If
I
you,
want.
I have a friend that's very into skulls. She, and she,
Yeah.
wears clothing with skulls on it.
Me
And,
too.
I think about her like sometimes, I'm like, oh yeah, this reminds me of my friend. She's really into the skulls. I think about you too, like anything that's webs and skulls and, Halloween black related,
Yeah,
because, I know like you love that stuff.
I do.
So
I do. I do. So
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
excited. I mean, I'm excited to put the tree. I said, as soon as
yeah.
the day I get in there, tree's going up.
Well, I'm just saying, for the longest time, I used to get fresh cut trees, and that just, was very nice when
Mhm.
the kids were small, going to the Christmas tree farm, getting the hot cocoa, all that jazz.
Mhm.
I think it's
Yeah.
beautiful. However, because all the decorating lands on me, um, and with fresh trees, you have to like you just can't decorate it right away. You gotta let it like let the, you know,
It's got to sit.
yeah, you
Mhm.
gotta let it sit for a day or two so it can open
Mhm.
up, and you gotta put X
Yeah.
amount of water and all this stuff. Anyhow, it became a lot of maintenance. Um,
Mhm.
and I went towards artificial tree, and I have to
Mhm.
tell you, click, 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 those pre-lit trees are life-saving. You don't have to sit there and tangle all these
Mhm.
lights. But a
Yeah.
lot of these places, like Holly Lobby and like Michael's, they have like 60% off on Christmas trees now, which I find that very interesting because usually that's like Black Friday. Um, not
Yeah.
Black Friday, I'm sorry, the day after Christmas, my apologies, is when they slash the prices.
Right.
I'm like, wow, I think this is really cool for those who are kind of like on the fence with the artificial, but I just kind of like it because it's just easy.
Yeah. Well, for 9 years, I had a French Mastiff, and unfortunately, he had a lot of allergy issues, and they did all that panel like they do on people where they poke you with all
Mm.
those needles. So I had that done at an allergist. I know I was spoiled. That dog was my
Let me
big
tell
boy,
you,
but
when I
I
die and come
spoiled, but he
back,
was,
I want to be I want you to be, I want to be a dog, and I want you to be my mommy, my fur mom, because I'll be treated like a queen. I know that much.
listen, I love my animals more than people. So,
Hey, yeah,
hey,
there's nothing
I
wrong with
do.
that. I have to
No,
say, I feel animals are like people. I know whoever's
they
listening
are.
thinking I'm nuts or we're nuts, but I
Yeah.
really feel they're really like, I know they're
No,
animals, but I don't
they're
really
so
look at them
smart.
that way.
No, they're so smart. They're like little babies. I mean,
Yes.
my even so what I was getting at though is he was allergic to the trees. He was allergic to the pine trees specifically. So I never got a tree because he got bumps on his skin. And when he was young, that dog, he ate all my palm trees in my backyard backyard in Arizona, and they're like poisonous. So I freaked out because he would gnaw and gnaw on the bark of the bottom of my palm trees. And he just lay there and gnaw
Oh,
on the small ones that were like, yeah, and they were poisoned. They're supposed to be poisonous. And
oh
nope, that dog,
no.
he would get little bumps on him, but it was never like extreme when he was a puppy. And then as he got older, it got worse. So when I did that panel, that's when I was like, okay, I can never have I can never have a real tree. Right.
Mm,
But no, these animals, they're more spoiled than my animals, especially. They're more spoiled. Even the holidays,
yeah.
Santa comes and loads them up. It's,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
yeah.
That's the way it
So
should be. That's the way
they're
it should be.
spoiled. Yeah, my babies are
Ab-
spoiled.
Absolutely.
It
They
is what it
should be
is, right?
spoiled.
And yeah,
Why not?
they're my kids.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and they,
They
and
really
yeah,
are. They're like an
they don't talk
extension.
back.
And they give you a lot of love and comfort, and they're just very special. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
they really
they
are.
are.
They really
They
are.
are. I am thankful for my animals.
Yes.
I am
Yeah.
very thankful. I am.
Yeah. Same.
They give
I'm
me love.
thankful.
They give me all the love I need.
Yeah. And sometimes that's just enough, right?
Amen.
I find it's the little things. I mean, I always reflect a lot, but I find like during the holidays, I kind of go like more into a deep dive of reflection, with like
Mm-hmm.
people I work alongside with who really,
Mm-hmm.
are the reason that I'm able to do like, kind of like the great stuff that, no one does anything alone, honestly. It's always with a team effort that believes you know, in your vision, and just thankful that I have good people like placed in my life. And
Yeah.
and even those I have phased out of my life, I'm thankful for that too, I just think that the way, the world we live in, we really have to be um, really grateful for those who are in your circle and support you and are there for you, and vice versa, right? So
Yeah. No, the people, there's a lot. I mean, I know we talk about reflection, but I've been reflecting for a year. So,
oh yeah, I think
but I
reflection is
do,
like huge. That's like
yeah.
like doesn't have to be the holidays, but I find when the holidays are upon us, it kind of gives us
Yeah.
almost like that, you know like look back.
Especially before the new year, right? Everybody kind of does.
Right.
I mean, only because of all my circumstances have I been reflecting and reflecting and reflecting and reflecting. But it's exhausting almost. But
Yeah, I know.
right. But typically my birthday is when I start. I like to do that on my year, like right before my year is coming. I like
Yep.
to do that the day before my birthday. I get like I put my mind at, because I never ever wanted to go into like, oh, I'm gonna be, 48. You
Mhm.
know,
Mhm.
like, and some people are like, I don't even want to celebrate my birthday because I'm too old. And my grandmother said that this year. And I was like, but if you're not celebrating your birthday, then you're not existing to me. Like
Yeah,
you're 90,
right.
you're 92. She's like, I'm 93. I was like, you're 92, Graham. So
Yeah.
there's,
God bless her. That's like a
but you
blessing
know
in
what?
itself.
It is. But I was like, if you're not celebrating your birthday, like, what do you have to look forward to something, right? I think,
Hmm.
and I think that it's every year I try the day before to definitely just focus
Yeah,
on,
because
I mean, and I'm going to be doing this whole thing, and the reflection thing is huge, I think.
yeah, I mean, absolutely, when you embrace another year and you welcome another year in your life, it's
Mhm.
only um normal to take a look at what you've accomplished in the year,
Mhm.
um, or or what didn't occur in the year, good, bad,
Right.
or different, and
Right. Like, what were
then
your
kind of
expectations?
right, and then kind of
Yeah.
propel to, all right, this is what, I feel like for me, it's always lessons learned. We're always learning a lesson. I feel we're always going to be a student, and we just have to be, um, always in this learning mode. So I totally agree with you on that. That's definitely a practice that I do each year. And I think about it because sometimes, like you come in your moments, right? And you think about, oh, I had a really shitty, month or shitty week or whatever, or what the hell is going on? I know for me lately, I've been saying, I can't make this shit up. I can't make this shit up. What is going on? What's happening here? Like,
I know.
what's going on? Who does this happen to? Like, I mean, it's just one thing after the other, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna have to just shift that
Yeah.
Perspective, because you just got to move on, but it's easy to kind of fall into that, like, what the hell is happening here? Why
You
is
have
this
got to be
happening?
kidding me. You have got to be
Right,
kidding me. You have got to be
right.
kidding me, right?
Yeah. And I'm like,
What the
okay,
fuck? What the
like,
fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? That's what I get. Like I'll
but
walk
again,
through. Yeah.
reflection, like, okay, let me just like sit back and let me reflect for like a hot minute, because something's got to give here. So I just
Yeah.
think that
Yeah.
that's so important, especially when we're coming up, on a day that typically the tradition is, to be around your family, friends, or whoever that you're thankful for, and
Mhm.
be thankful, right?
And just find the little things to be thankful for, because the little
Yeah.
things mean a lot,
Oh, 100%. Oh, 100%. It
like
really
that
is.
like that mimosa I'm about to wake up to tomorrow morning as a tradition on a Thanksgiving morning. I'm going to watch the Macy's Day Parade. I'm going to get myself my mimosas, and
I love
I
it.
look forward to that little fiesta by myself in the morning.
Well,
So that's what I'm going to be.
I have to tell you, I have to put a plug into my bestie who gave me a recipe. I actually explored it yesterday. It's just any kind of eggnog. Of course, I chose a spiked eggnog, and add some Jack Daniels Tennessee honey. Ooh, that is just Christmas party happening. It's such an amazing fall drink. Sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon. Oh my goodness, it's just delightful. So
I may have to get that recipe from you.
yeah, it's so simple.
Because my mind is like not there.
It's so simple.
But I may have to do that because I'm having my little Friendsgiving with my friends in December, or maybe 11th, I think.
Oh my God.
On a Sunday. And I said, I'll have the mimosas, but maybe I'll have both.
Yeah, it's so good. I mean, I opted for a spiked eggnog. You can get just a plain, like Turkey Hill eggnog and then add the liquor. But I like the spiked eggnog because it does have like rum, whiskey, and some other things infused in there. And then you put that little hint of that honey. Ooh, divine, divine, divine. So anyhow, I think that's going to be my new tradition on Thanksgiving Eve, to have a cup of that and
That
reflect as
sounds
I look at the
yummy. But
lights
I'm
on
like
my
a
Christmas
morning,
tree.
like I like my morning. I
Yeah.
can't even look at a damn tree. So I'm having my mimosas because I ain't gonna have my tree. So I'm gonna have the mimosa.
Okay. That sounds good.
So I'll be
Good,
thinking
man.
of you and your drink tomorrow morning or this
Yeah, I mean,
evening, if
I'll be
that's what you're
doing
gonna
that this
do.
evening. Yes, for sure. But I will say this. I mean, I guess what I like to close out with, there's no rule, there is no rule in life, right? There's no rule to the Christmas tree game. If you have it up, if you don't have it up, I would say do whatever you want. Embrace anything and everything that can bring even the tiniest bit of joy right now, because that's so important.
No
Even though-
influence, no outside influence.
yeah,
Do
just
whatever you want to do.
right, just like you say, do you. And even if it's trimming your tree, whether you trim your tree at midnight on November 1st, or whatever it is, whatever your
If you're
tradition
a Christmas in July, have at it. Whatever.
who cares? Right, that's right.
Right.
I just say, don't be a Scrooge about when others choose to put their tree up, because we're all dealing with a lot of different types of dynamics and negativity in the world. So I would say my hope is that your Thanksgiving is as merry and bright, or not,
Or not.
as
And-
you want it
And be,
to
yes,
be.
right? And yes, and stay
Yes.
aware, right? If you are triggered by the tree, step away. Step away if you are triggered by a tree.
It's all good.
Triggered by a
It's all
tree.
triggered
That
by
might be the
tree.
title of this episode.
Yes,
Triggered by a
it could
tree.
be. It could very well be. Well, thanks so much for hanging out with me, Andrea, on this Thanksgiving Eve. As always, I'm thankful for you and our friendship
You too.
and what we bring, to each other. And remember, everybody, you're listening to Webb's Women.
Where exposure brings strength.